external accountability eventually breaks down. How many people have ever had somebody try to hold them accountable and then they flake out? Mm-hmm. If you need somebody else to call you in the morning to wake up, you are not on mission or on purpose. Notice the energy in the room? Okay? And then the second thing we're going to go over is a specific plan for making sure that the fourth quarter is one of the best quarters that you ever have. That you have a tremendous amount of momentum going into 2025. Right? So when everybody else is making New Year's resolutions, you're riding by feeling fit and rich. How many people are up for this? Say aye. Aye. Good. Good. So I always like to begin. This is the good shit, not the bullshit. You guys, I'm sure, are used to going to meetings that are very boring and don't add value. This is not that. Okay? Now, what does society tell you? Anybody notice that in Costco they already have Christmas shit out? Yeah. They started having Halloween stuff in August. So what is society telling you to do in the fourth quarter? Yes. What is the root word of vacation? Vacate. Means to leave. I want my life to be so fantastic, I don't want to go anywhere. Because it's just fantastic. Okay? Society tells you to stop working. Also tells you to eat and drink whatever you want. Doesn't it? Huh? It also tells you to spend all your money. That's an interesting plan, isn't it? Now let's just look at this rationally and objectively, okay? What's up, brother? How are you? So let's imagine for a moment, we're just looking at this plan objectively, from a distance. Somebody says, hey, Esteban, I want you to stop working, eat and drink whatever you want, and spend all your money. If you look at that pattern, what does that lead to? Okay, good. So if I stop working, what does that do to my momentum? Goes right down in the toilet. If I eat and drink whatever I want, what does that do to my body? Feel it? So I'm sorry, louder? Feel like shit. Yep, she speaks French too, just like me. Okay? And then, if somebody tells me to spend all my money, what is that going to leave me with? Nothing. Guys, and we all like this, like a collective hallucination. Okay, that's a good plan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fucking terrific. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Isn't that wild? And we have a tremendous amount of external pressure. You hear things like, hey, Camila, you need to stop and smell the roses. Now, we can get into a nuanced debate or argument whether or not that's created by design. I think there's a lot of evidence to support that that's what's true. But this is what you're hearing, okay? Now, what's super interesting to me is people follow this, stop working, eat and drink whatever you want, spend all your money. And then in January, do you know what they end up doing? New year, new me. Which is horseshit, still you. With your shitty habits. Okay? He's like, yeah. Okay? Isn't that interesting? And what are the New Year's resolutions about? Who wants to tell me? Lose weight. Lose weight. Okay, wait. Okay. I told you to do this. Now you're going to have a New Year's resolution to lose weight. What else are the New Year's resolutions about? Oh my God, I told you to spend all your money. Now I'm going to have a New Year's resolution. Today, no. I'm going to get my financial house in order. What else are the New Year's resolutions about?
Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. Oh my God, look, eat and drink whatever you want. Guys, pay attention. Notice the pattern. By the way, what do you think my parents were doing 365 days a year? My dad worked really hard, but he ate and drank whatever he wanted. He spent all his money. That's a pattern. Leads somewhere, correct? I would have to be stupid not to notice patterns. Right?
But people don't see them.
They don't see them. Okay? Now, and I have the good fortune of coaching agents all across the country. Literally, I'm not brilliant. I just have so many people, I can notice patterns if you're paying attention. Okay? So it's this collective hallucination. When I say collective, what does that word mean to you? Everybody. What does hallucination mean? Made up. Okay, you ready? This is a collective hallucination. Who benefits from this collective hallucination? The people selling you all the shit and taking all your money. Why is momentum so important? Well, check this out. This is wild. Okay? I've been coaching and trading agents for 10 years. I've been selling real estate for 18 years. Most agents work 9 months a year. 9 months. How's that possible? As soon as we hit Thanksgiving, they all check out. Let me ask you a question. How many people here in this room, 2 generations ago, 3 generations ago, your ancestors came from somewhere else? Anybody besides me? Look at the fucking room. Okay. Pretty sure yours did. I love you, bro. I'm pretty sure yours did. So, let me ask you a question. That original individual, great-grandpa, great-grandma, when they came to this country, did they take 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving? Did they take 3 weeks for the holidays? What are we thinking? I know that most people aren't independently wealthy. Why are we behaving that way? Okay? And what's interesting is they end up taking this time off. They mess around, shenanigans during the New Year's, right? They don't get back to the office. They don't even start thinking about work till January 5th. Then you know what they say? Hey, I think I should probably do a business plan. You know, I've been screwing around, messing around, eating and drinking whatever I want, spend all my money. I don't have any money left. I need to do some deals. I need to do a business plan. That takes about 2 or 3 weeks. We're already in February. And you haven't even started working on the plan. You are just behind. I'm genuinely interested in your answer. How many people have made a plan for the fourth quarter? Look at the... Everybody here is independently wealthy, apparently. Is that what's going on? Everybody here is rich? Doesn't have to work for money? You know what else? You know what everybody's planning in the fourth quarter? Not working. We're going to do an exercise. Everybody stand up, get out of your chairs. This only works if you play full out, okay? Only works if you play full out. And it's going to feel a little silly, but it's going to get good. Look to the person next to you and be like, oh, it's about to get good. Come on, guys. Hey, it's about to get good. Good. All right, so here we go. You ready? You're going to, when I say something, you're going to repeat after me, okay? So I think. So I think. So I feel. So I feel. So I feel. So I feel. So I do. So I do. So I do. So I do. So I have. So I have. How do you think this applies to what I'm talking about right now? If I am thinking a certain way, that plan that somebody gave me, I will feel a certain way, which means I won't do anything, which means I will have nothing. Do you understand? And yet here I am thinking, oh God, something's wrong with me. No, this is wrong, which is causing this to be wrong, which is causing this to be off, which is causing this to be off. Does this make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. Good, you can sit down now. I want you to put this up somewhere where you can look at it regularly. Put it on your phone as it pops up. So I think, so I feel, so I feel, so I do, so I do, so I have. You don't get more because you want more. You get more because you become more. We don't like that. Because becoming is painful, is it not? Sorry. Yes. He's like, get out of the way. Becoming is uncomfortable because we bump our head on our insufficiency and our incompetency. And then we want to suck our thumb. And then we go to somebody, your mom, she's like, oh, it's pobrecito. Here is a specific plan that you can use in the fourth quarter to have lots of momentum, guys, lots of momentum. Okay? Number one, take out a calendar and specifically decide how many days you're going to work between now and the end of the year. Do not leave this up to chance. How many opportunities are you going to have to fuck around? How many parties are you going to be invited to? How many opportunities will there be for have distractions? If you don't make this decision now, do you know what you end up doing? Yeah, why not? It's cool. And then before you know it, the whole fourth quarter is gone and you're broke and you're not hitting your goals and you have no momentum. Make sense? So you need to make that decision. Now, when you make this decision, people will push back. My wife's in the room, beautiful wife, who is the reason for all of our success. Let me ask you a question. For the first 5 years of my career, holidays, the day before Christmas, what was I doing? What was I doing the day after Christmas? How many people push back on that?
Me.
And who else?
Your mom, your sister, my parents.
And now they all fucking depend on me. Do you understand that? They all depend on me now. You have to be willing to tell people no. okay? But the only way you can do this is if you block it out ahead of time. There's endless parties, social events, and if you haven't already decided, the flesh is weak. And also plan out what you're gonna do between now and the end of the year. Instead of vacations and stuff, events that you are going to attend like this, or like the Do More Deals Summit that we have. I need to be focused. Where focus goes, energy flows. Anybody have any idea how many working days are left in the year right now? How many days are left in the year? I know, 96. How many of those you plan on working? How many people regularly prospect on a Saturday? Okay, the rest are just rich. I got it. Well, if I add one Saturday to those 90 days, that's a full extra week of prospecting. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's check. So just block that out. Number 2, set goals around what you want to accomplish between now and the end of the year. How many units, how many more homes do you want to sell between now and the end of the year? 8, good. Good. See, here's what's cool. I love that you're so honest. And I appreciate your willingness to be vulnerable. Her answer was, I don't know. Do you know how the universe works? You have to be very fucking specific. Tony Robbins tells a story where a homeless guy walked up and he's like, hey, you got $1? He's like, yeah. He pulled out a huge wad of cash, all hundreds, handed him $1. He said, listen to me. The universe will give you exactly what you ask of it. And he walked away. Be specific. How many deals? How many units? What does that equal in income? How many listing agreements do you want to get signed? How many pendings? And guys, I tell myself stories, okay? The fourth quarter, I would get more excited than anything else because I know everybody's stopping. And this is the quarter where I dominate. I was watching he's the coach of the Detroit Lions. Whether or not you like football or not, this story will resonate. And he was saying, like, look, he's like, a lot of these teams out there, they're really good. And some of them are even better than us. We just need to hang with them for 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, we're going to pull them out in the deep end and we're going to drown them. That's how I would think about the fourth quarter. People say it must be nice. It is. And guess what? I earned it. That's how you need to be thinking about this. All of your competition is stopping. They're all going on vacaciones. They're all thinking about how they're going to spend their money. They're all thinking about the parties that they're going to go on. And what am I doing? Planning, doing deals, going in with 15 listings, 17 pendings. Okay? So write it down. Like, I had a financial goal in my life, and once I hit it, I started downshifting to average levels of action. Was that not your experience? Or were you like, once you hit the 9 million, were you like, I got breathing room? Or were you like, let's go for a personal best?
You counted in months.
Okay.
I have this much breathing room.
So you did.
Notice it's not enough.
Okay. So in your mind, you did the 9 million, and then you look at it from a financial perspective, and you're like, okay, this is good. I have some breathing room. How many people besides Chris think that way? Yeah. Hey, you know what? I had 5 closings this month. I got some breathing room. I think I'm going to go to Costa Rica for a week. Like a jerk. You know how many people I know that do that now? They take 6 vacations a year. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, well, carpe diem. I'm like, carpe broke. Because then you know what they do when they get back? Complain that they have no? Sorry, just checking. So, thinking you got some breathing room, right? Now what are you thinking as we have this conversation? Whatever you say is fine.
No, so I've got 16 units. My unit goal is 30.
Good.
So I still have half to go.
Okay, so then your goal between now and the end of the year is 14 sides. Good. How many days would that require you to work? Almost every day. 6 days a week, let's say, because I know you got 2 little ones. Now, does that require a conversation with your significant other, being like, hey, I got this goal, here's what's happening, here's what the money is, and here's what I want to make happen? Carla, how many conversations do we have like that?
So many.
And how often were you like, oh, come on, like, isn't this enough, right? And were there tears sometimes? Yes. Was it fierce sometimes? Yeah, they know what I'm talking about, which is part of the reason why I love her, right? I'm glad she's like feisty Latina. Otherwise, I get bored. It's true. But she would stand up to me, like, get right in my face. And I'd be like, oh, I'm so glad you're fucking fighting me. This is great. But we would go back and forth, right? And what would I tell you? I remember specifically, there was a conversation we had in the car. There were tears. And you said, this is really hard. And what did I say to you?
Just give me 3 years.
And what did I say would happen?
And, we'll be in a better place.
Yeah. And was it hard for you to like say like, because you had to trust me. What caused you to trust me?
You always do what you say you're gonna do.
Listen, and what she says to me, yeah. So, well, that makes me, hey, just so you know, that makes me sexy. Right? Hey, Jay-Z has this funny quote. He's like, I'm a billionaire, so I'm cute, no matter what. No, but like to your point, because I know you're like a very strong, aggressive kind of, you know, like female, and you said, hey, I have no problem with you leading, but you need to lead. So doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. And that continues today, does it not?
Yeah, and having me on the same page.
Correct.
You set this goal and drag me with you.
Yeah.
No, this is our goal together. This is what you have to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And move in the same direction.
Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys set goals specifically and let your significant other know about them and how they can help you to accomplish them? Okay, just like fucking 10% of the room. Do you see the problem that creates? You see your facial expression? This is so fantastic. She's like, You see the problem that creates? Because there's friction. If I didn't sit down with her, Carla was crying right next to me. I said, babe, I actually said 5 years. I'm like, give me 5 years. Okay? I promise you it'll be worth it. And here's what I said to her. You want to send the kids to private school? It costs money. You want to take trips to Europe? It costs money. You want to have the best education for the kids? It costs. You want to have the best medication for the kids? It costs. That's just the way it works, bro. But then it was up to me to do what? Deliver. And now, because I've delivered that way, I came to you recently with this program I'm going to do, and it costs like 5 figures, and you said to me what?
Do it.
Yeah, with zero hesitation. Nothing. Why?
Because I know that you're going to do it.
Exactly.
You're going to get something out of it, and we're going to grow, and you've done it already a million times.
So now do I still include her? Yes. But she trusts me. And now that she trusts me, I sent her this thing. It was so beautiful. It said like, there's little kids came up to like their mom and they're like, Mommy, why are we so wealthy? And the mom says, because Daddy never gave up on his dreams. And then they asked the dad, Daddy, why are we so wealthy? And they said, because Mom never stopped believing in me. This is a team effort, bro, a team sport, okay? So set goals around what you want to accomplish and then sit down. Mira, I need your help, right? I need your help to accomplish this. And what I was saying to Carla is like, I need your help. You're going to have to do more in this other area so I can do this. You're going to have to do more on the kid side, not because I think I'm better than that. This is what I need to do. I need your help. Does that make sense? Without that, you're not going to accomplish it. It's going to cause too much friction. You guys will be fighting all the time because one side will be hustling and the other side will say, you work too much. And if that happens, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I mean this with love. I'm not trying to break up relationships or anything. You know what's going to happen? How many people have seen that happen? It's because we're not on the same page. So if you do have somebody in your life, make sure you do this and you talk about it. Set goals. Here's what I want to do. Here's what this is going to mean. And get them excited about it. Babe, here's what this means, bro. When we do this, we get to do this. When we do this, we'll be able to invest this, which means we never have to worry about how we're going to pay for groceries again, ever in our life. Number 3, decide a project that you're going to work on the business, not in the business, between now and the end of the year. How many people have shit that's like just been floating around for like all of 2024? You're like, yeah, I got to get to that. I got to do that podcast. I got to get my CRM dialed in. I got to like label all my past client centers of influence. She's smiling. She has some of those. You know what? I finally got to figure out this media thing. There's levels of importance. So how many people here have something that's important and months have gone by and you haven't done it? Yeah. Let me ask you a question. God willing, knock on wood. If there was an emergency right now, what level of importance is that? What would you do? Drop everything and address it. I need you to think of this project with that level of urgency, okay? Because it's holding you back. I have a one-on-one call with a guy, he does 50 deals a year. Do you know what's holding him back? He has no systems, no CRMs, his numbers in the MLS system, his numbers on yard signs. Because of that, he can't, listen to me, I don't care how many cold plunges he does. I don't fucking care if he walks on fire with Tony Robbins. I don't care if he sits in a room and chants affirmations. He will never do more deals until he addresses that, ever. Those are called the facts. You have to treat it with that level of urgency. What is that for you? Is it like, yo, I've always wanted to do a past client center of influence event. And I keep talking about it, but I'm not doing it. Okay, so write down right now, what is that thing for you? What is it? What is the one thing that and I need you guys to get to a place where you saying, oh, we're gonna hand some stuff out? Yeah. By you saying out loud, if you say one more time, I need to get around to, I want you to have imagery in your mind of throwing up on the floor. Because I need you to know that's how people around you feel. That's how I feel when coaching clients come to me. Well, I gotta. I'm like, bro, we talked about this 6 months ago. I've talked to you about it 10 times already, right? You have to actually viscerally hate the fact that you're still talking about it. Write this down. Excuses are tools for the incompetent, built upon mountains of nothingness, and those who use them seldom succeed. Excuses are tools for the incompetent, built upon mountains of nothingness, and those who use them seldom succeed. You have to hate your excuses. They have to become disgusting to you. I am tired of talking about this podcast that I want to do. I've been talking about it for a year. I saw Eric Thomas speak. He said, do a podcast. When I saw it and I saw the reasons, I'm like, that's the right thing to do. You know how long it took me to do it? A whole year. Do you know what story I told myself? Oh, I got to get the equipment. It's a little complicated, blah, 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 blah. I finally got to a place where I'm like, fuck this. This is dumb. I started right away. I got a Zoom camera, whatever. The first podcast I ever did, the power went out while I was doing it. Listen to me. If you're not embarrassed by your first attempt, you waited too long. Now we have almost 10,000 subscribers, 6,000 hours of watch time every month. Hundreds of thousands of views every single month. Every expert that you see started off as a beginner. You want your future self to be happy with you, not pissed off at you. So imagine your future self, with whatever you wrote down, you don't do it. A year from now, what would your future self say to you? You're an asshole. Why didn't you do that? Right? Then number 4, choose the skill that you're going to dial in between now and the end of the year. One skill. I don't care what it is. Is it, yo, I just wing listing appointments. I just go in, I'm like, oh my God, you have a puppy, I have a puppy. Yay, we should be friends. Please list with me, please. I have buyers in Venezuela. No, you don't. Stop it. My marketing is better. We all use the same photographers. Okay? What's the one skill? Is it the listing presentation? And am I on the way to a listing presentation internally with lots of stress, anxiety, and worry? Because if so, you know what that tells me? I don't have it dialed in. Okay? Is it pre-qualifying? Are you going on appointments that are unqualified regularly? And you're finding out while you're sitting there? And then you get all mad at me. These people are lying to me. No, you suck at asking questions. Yes or yes? Yes. Notice the energy in the room? Yes or yes? Yes. I need to become more. Maybe that's the skill I need to dial in. Okay?
Would that fall into a negotiation part of it? Like you asking questions?
100%. And constructively working through conflict.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that is. Right. So the moment people start to push back. You guys, let me ask you a question. Doing 150 deals, 180 deals, I did 200 deals a year twice. How much conflict do you think there is?
Oh my God.
If your threshold for conflict is very low, will you ever do that? Nope. Ever, never, never. Me and this guy have conversations. He has got conflict all the time. Sellers like, you said you'd do this. And sellers deciding to do this and then changing commissions afterwards. We talked about that recently. How do you remain cool, calm, and collective and ask questions? Right? Maybe that's the skill you got to dial in. Okay? Maybe it's figuring out media. You were kind enough to share, like when you watched a video that I did, you're like, oh my God, I'm doing it all wrong. Because everybody positions themselves as the hero. You're showing pictures of yourself and your kids. Nobody cares. Pictures of you working out. Nobody gives a shit. You know what that's really saying? Look at me, I'm so cute. You're not positioning yourself as a guide to help people solve their problems. Everybody in this room is looking for a guide to help them solve their problems. Financial problems, relationship problems, health problems, spirit problems. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay, why is all your media then about you? showing you on vacation. Who gives a shit? Who wants to tell me? Nobody. By the way, are you a travel agent? Then why are you posting about that? Are you a physical trainer? Then why are you posting you working out? Just so you guys know, you guys are all real estate agents. Yes or yes? So shouldn't my media position me as a guide to help people to solve their problems? The whole point of media is to do what? Sell shit. That's the whole point. Not to glorify yourself. Look how cute I am. Look how pretty I am. Look at my cute beard. Look at me on vacation with my family. So maybe that's the skill I have to dial in, but choose a skill. So write down a skill right now. What is it going to be for you? Is it prospecting? I need to learn a skill of setting appointments.
I put negotiation.
Okay, good. Negotiation, which really is conflict resolution. Yeah, how to constructively work through conflict. That's what it really is. Write down, what is it? What's the skill? What is the skill for you? Prospecting, good. I would say that that's really setting appointments, because here's what's interesting. If you got really good at setting appointments, do you think you'd be excited about prospecting? Oh my God, bro. When I got really good at setting appointments, you know what I said, Joel? I'm like, oh, this is like a cash machine. This device in front of me, this telephone, is an ATM machine. When I pick it up, it equals money. How excited would you be about getting on the phone? Could anybody stop you from doing it? No, bro. How many people would try to disrupt me between the hours of 8 and whatever? Everybody, including my mom. I'm like, yo, between the hours of 8 and 11, email me. So if you worked on the setting appointments, which is a role play group, you would be pumped to get on the phone. I was ecstatic. You realize that that little device made me $10 million. That one little device. What's the skill for you? So choose that skill. So here's my question to you. Having gone through this plan and gone through those mental maps, does everybody in this room believe that you're fully equipped to have the best quarter you've ever had in the fourth quarter? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Good. And are you going to implement it?
Yes.
Choose somebody in this room that's sitting here and create some accountability. Hey, these are the things I'm going to do. Check in with me. Make sure that I'm doing them. DM me online. I respond to the DMs. Okay? Use the sheet in front of you. Look, calendar. Sit down with your significant other. How many more days a week are we going to work? What are the events that we're going to attend in 2025? One of them would be the Do More Deals Summit that we're doing. And once you fill this out, take a picture, send it to me. If people give you static, because they will, when you start to execute on this plan, yes, when you start to execute on this plan, they will give you static. They'll say you're obsessed. These are some things that you have to keep in mind, okay? Where there is no vision, the people will perish. That's in Proverbs, okay, in the Bible. Grant Cardone says this about obsession. Until you become completely obsessed with your mission, no one will take you seriously. Yeah, until the world understands that you're not going away, that you are 100% committed and you have complete and utter conviction and will persist in pursuing your project, you will not get the attention you need and the support that you want. That's a fact. And then he says, I suggest you become obsessed about the things you want. Otherwise, you're going to spend your lifetime being obsessed with making excuses about why you didn't get the life you wanted.